Okay, good evening. I'm so excited to join y'all tonight to talk all things leaders retreats. I can't believe that it is really just around the corner. The summer always flies by and school starts and boom, it's leaders retreat in October. We are going to strategize tonight. We're going to give some tips tonight, as well as just encourage you to go for it. And hopefully by the end of this phone call, you will realize that you want to be there and you do not want to miss it. My first leaders retreat in 2014, when I was a silver ambassador when the contest started, was in Orlando at the Gaylord, and it is an unbelievable property. And of course, we all know that Plexus does a party right. And so we're going to share with you tonight from two girls that have attended Leaders Retreat. They're going to share a little bit of their experience and what they gained from earning it and attending. And then we'll use the last 10 to 15 minutes to just give you some tips and strategies to help you in your personal business this summer as you work towards those 775 points. So first, I want to introduce Amber. She is my sister-in-law, and she's here in Little Rock, and she is going to share with you about her first experience in Washington, D.C.
All right. Hi, guys. I was able to attend Leaders Retreat with Catherine. I actually signed up in late June of 2015. Is that right? 16. What year are we in? Yeah, 15. And so I did not have a huge point set at that point. So I actually attended as her guest, and I really didn't know what I was going into. She had called me and asked me would I like to attend as her sister-in-law, and I was like, yeah. So I went, and from the first night, I was just in shock and awe. The very first night when we got there, there was supposed to be a tent party, and I said, oh, this is going to be cute, little white tent set up. We're going to go mingle with some people. And off the bat, I found out that Plexus does their ambassadors right. They had blocked off, I think it was like 5 or 6 blocks, just for Plexus people only. Like, you could not get on the blocks unless you had a Plexus badge. They have rented out all the restaurants, had full buffets of food, all you wanted to eat, just as a reward for all the hard work that the ambassadors did that earned the trip. The very first event, I kind of was like, oh, we're going to go in and learn, have some training events, but it was not even like that at all. It was definitely a learning experience, but it was such a rewarding experience. Like I said, Plexus makes their ambassadors feel special, like one of a kind. And leaving that event, just seeing the people and how pumped up they were and how the company was laid out, and I just learned so much that first trip that I was on fire when I got back. And every night when others would go out, I would go back to the hotel room and I would start calling people and writing out lists of people. I was pumped up. And they always say that leaders are born at events. And daggum, if you're a leader or you're not a leader yet, you will become one at Leaders Retreat, because they make you feel like you can accomplish anything. And from then until now, all the materials that Plexus has offered us, it's just shocking. Like, anyone can do this business and anyone can succeed. It's really just going to talk about the Washington, D.C., just like the site of the event. Plexus spends a lot of time pinpointing exactly where they want their ambassadors to go. And they just do an amazing job, and there's so much effort and so much time put into what they do. And they just make you feel so appreciated. And last year for Leaders Retreat, it was Dallas. And I really wasn't keeping up with contest points. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I'm just going to do my work, and then I'm just going to kind of watch every now and then, see what points I was at. And I was so close to the points. Like, I really didn't even know if I was going to be able to make it or not. But then I started getting time down to the last few weeks. I was like, oh my gosh, I can really earn this. And I'm still a silver, and I was just a silver then. So you don't have to be gold or senior gold or ruby to be able to earn Leaders Retreat. And I learned it by 15 points. So it can easily be done. And convention is amazing, but Leaders Retreat is like 100 times amazing, because it's actually a reward for all of your hard work. And anyone can do it. Even if you start in, even if you start in June, aim for your high PV, convert those customers over. It's so easily attainable that anyone can do it. And I just look back at the contest points and how you can earn points, and I'm thinking, man, this is really awesome. Like anyone can really, really earn Leaders Retreat. So I just encourage everybody to try your hardest, really strategize on what you're going to do to earn it. I can't believe it's in Orlando. I was flipping out. Like I had my mind that it was going to be somewhere else, but Orlando, are you kidding me? Heck yeah, I'm going to work my booty off to try to go to Orlando. So I'm excited. I hope that everyone on this call is able to come, and I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
Thanks, Amber. Rachel is going to share next. She's attended 2 Leaders Retreats and has great feedback on what it took to get there and what it meant for her personally.
Thanks, guys. Okay, so I signed up in July, and I had no clue what Leaders Retreat was. I kept getting this, email about how many points I got and did not even know what it was. And then I heard that they were going to Leaders Retreat. And so I remember it was in Orlando then, and I remember watching pictures of Catherine's pictures the whole time. I was like, holy cow, look how much fun they're having. I was like, dude, I'm going to get there next year, like no matter what. Like just seeing all those pictures again, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And I was like, okay, no matter what, I'm going to get there. So that next year, I went to convention for my first convention. And when they told us that the contest, I remember sitting in the chair and saying, I'm going to go. And I worked my hiney off, y'all. Like, I worked so hard to get to go. And because I'd never been to DC before, I'm a stay-at-home mama of 4 kiddos, 3 then, but of little kiddos. And it is my absolute favorite. But, like, there is not a meal that I eat hot. There is not a cup of coffee that I drink hot. There is not a day where I don't wipe a whole bunch of booties or change diapers, okay? And so I was like, oh, my word, like, I could go and, like, get away just for a second. Like, my whole life, I've never stayed in a really nice hotel or eaten a really big, like, all these things that I saw the pictures and the fun that they had the year before. And I was like, that would be amazing just for a few days. And so we worked really hard, and me and Becca got to go, and we had the best time. Y'all, our rooms were next to each other, and like you get a room, and our rooms both had 2 queen size beds. I'm like sitting here in a room all by myself, like, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Like we'd call each other and be like, do you just want to come over and hang out? Because it's like, you're spoiled. And just like Amber said, we had this block party. It was amazing. And yes, Plexus knows how to throw a good party. I mean, we had super fun parties at all the conventions, but they even bump it up a notch for Leaders Retreat. I mean, the first year, Jules shows up. Like all of a sudden, she walks out on stage, and we're listening to Jules sing. We're like, oh my word! I mean, just all these little things. I've gotten to go to DC. We got to tour. It's super just fun. It's not like convention. It's not full of stuff to do. It's more just hanging out with your teammates, getting to know them better, building that relationship, talking, just having a really good time, and just being completely spoiled. So y'all, it's worth the hard work. It's hard work. Getting up to those points, it's hard. I had just gone gold, and I worked so hard that summer. I'd just gone gold in that convention. I worked super, super, super hard, and I went senior gold right before we went to Leaders Retreat. It is like Amber said, it's all about building up your PV and then converting those customers to ambassadors and doing it again. It's just this cycle. And I feel like, I mean, we all know that there's this momentum right now. It's like, take it and run with it, because you're not going to regret going to Leaders Retreat. You're going to regret not going and almost being able to go, because I mean, I've heard it many times before, like, oh, I wish I should have worked a little bit harder. Like, I didn't think I could get there. But then at the end, I was like, I could have gotten there. I should have worked hard the whole time. Y'all, work hard for 3 months. This is it. It's a blast, and you won't regret it. You'll have the time of your life, and you'll just be on fire even more. So We got it, team. It'll be so fun. It's Orlando. Except I can't tell my kiddos because then they're going to be sad that they don't get to meet Mickey Mouse, and I will. So we'll all be there together.
Thanks, girls. Now, I hope you just had a little bit of a personal perspective about what it means as a Plexus ambassador to earn retreat. Now, I want to break down just some ideas and some scenarios to help you strategize on how to get there. These are very simple things, but like Amber and Rachel both said, number one, anyone can do it, okay? You do not have to be a senior gold ruby, senior ruby in order to earn retreat, okay? I earned it when I was a silver. Amber earned it when she was a silver. Rachel earned it when she was a gold, which is very early in a Plexus journey. So just know, have faith that you can do it. But also, like Rachel said, you have to be willing to work hard, okay? Points don't just accumulate magically. You have to be willing to put in the work. But I want to encourage you to think long-term, okay? We're not just gaining customers and gaining ambassadors so we can earn a retreat. This should be used as a catalyst for your long-term business. Yes, we want to earn Orlando and the perk of Leaders Retreat, but even more, we want a sustainable business. We want residual income. We want to rank with Plexus. That's the bigger picture here. So you need to keep that in mind as you're working this summer. Now, Brooke Hemingway, she was the top contest winner of the convention contest. Those of you who attended convention got to hear her speak just briefly. She is the sweetest person and has such an amazing, pure heart. She's an introvert. So I just was thrilled to learn that she had won the top credit. And she shared with some jewels one of her strategies to help her silver and golds through the convention contest. And so I wanted to share with you some ideas that worked for her team and obviously worked really well because her team was the top point earning team. So one thing that she really stressed was always being mindful of the person you're working with. Okay, first and foremost, that is our priority. Okay, their health journey or their business launch is our priority. We don't need to look at this customer or this ambassador as just a point towards our ultimate goal. So just keep that in mind as you're working with customers, as you're building a customer base, as you aim to flip them to ambassadors to gain those additional 10 points. Always remember that there's a person at the heart of that and their health journey. So you want to make sure that the decisions you make and the things you offer them are in their best interest as well. They don't just serve a self-serving purpose for you to gain points for the contest. So I thought that was really, really wise. But she really launched this vision of a long-term perspective, that you're going to earn retreat while you're building your business. So you earning the retreat is very, very organic. It also helps us maintain a balanced business because yes, the high PV is what gives you those great points pretty easily, but you don't want that to teeter on no ambassadors, no team building, because then you're going to look 6 months in advance and you're going to be in the same place you were with your business when you were working towards the contest. So you want to make sure that you maintain a balanced business. That's why they launched Consistency Club, guys. Maintaining a balanced business is advantageous for your future business. You want to make sure that you have customers, PV, as well as ambassadors in order to maintain a legacy business for yourself. So one of her tips, which I thought was really, really a great idea, is she aims for the 1,000 PV is what she really encourages her team to do, because that's very attainable. Obviously, our personal PV is going towards that, what we're ordering for our family. And then, of course, that's just, maybe 6 to 7 additional customers to reach that 1,000 PV mark. Then she encourages her team to gain those 3 preferred customers every month. Now, what's really cool is Consistency Club, since they reinvented it, we have the opportunity to win Consistency Club 300, Consistency Club 500, and then Consistency Club 700. So while you're earning retreat, you can also earn Consistency Club. And guys, this past Leaders Retreat was the first event that Consistency Club mattered. And I was blown away by what they did for Consistency Club earners. Okay, now, as a Jewel, we're used to personal perks. All right, I'll just be blunt. We had our own registration area at convention. We didn't have to wait in line. We had a lounge every day with food and drinks where we could escape and charge our phone and put our feet up. I mean, being a Jewel with Plexus has amazing perks, right? We had a checkout line at the store. So even if we were there during general shopping hours, we didn't have to wait in line to check out. It's amazing perks. Well, at Leaders Retreat, none of that matters. It doesn't matter if you're an emerald or a diamond or a double diamond. It does not matter. All of the perks are determined by your credits, as well as, are you a Consistency Club member? So this past Leaders Retreat, guess who had their own registration line? Consistency Club 500 earners. Guess who had a special badge and gift? Consistency Club 500. Guess who got to sit in the first few rows? Consistency Club 500. So they're encouraging us to work a balanced business throughout the year, and they're going to reward you for that. So make sure as you're working towards customers, as you're working towards PV, and as you're working towards ambassadors, keep that in mind. If I'm going to flip this customer to an ambassador, will that be advantageous for me long term? So always try to keep a long-term perspective regarding your business, because again, the ultimate goal is not a trip. That's an amazing perk and advantage, but we want to maintain that big picture that we really are building a legacy business for ourselves. So if you reach that even 500 PV, if you're new, a silver, or not even maybe a senior ambassador, say you reach 500 PV a month, that gives you 75 points. You get those 3 preferred customers a month. That's an additional 10 points per customer. So the 75 plus the 30 for your customers gives you 105 points total per month. So 315 points for June, July, and August based on your personal PV and just getting 3 preferred customers. That's almost half of what you need just by building balanced customer base. So the bulk of your points in this model comes from growing your team. Why do you want to grow your team? Because as you're working through the contest, you have the opportunity to rank in your business. This is what happened to me, guys. I started the contest as a silver ambassador, and my PV, it teetered around 1,000 to 1,500 pretty consistently. But I wanted to get home with my family. That was my ultimate goal when I started Plexus, was I wanted to quit my full-time job. So I used the contest as a way to motivate me to gain ambassadors, to search for business partners, to move towards that ultimate goal. And it worked well for me because in the contest, I ranked gold in July, and then I ranked senior gold the week we got home from Orlando. So I was building my business very stable, very organically, and it worked to my advantage. I earned the trip, but I also continued to rank in my own personal business. So if you earn the 315 points, just with the 500 minimum PV, and the 3 preferred customers, which will get you in that 500 Consistency Club, the bulk of your points will come from growing your team. So how do you grow your team without feeling overwhelmed? Because it can be overwhelming thinking, I don't have anybody who's going to join me. I don't know enough people. Well, this is where all of those tools come into play. Look at the Rank Up Roadmap. I don't know if y'all have done the silver component yet, but it has amazing tips in there. The Success Guide, how many of you have looked at it recently? It has amazing tips in there to start working your business on a regular, consistent basis to lead towards business partners. So let's say you have a goal to add 5 ambassadors per month. Now this is Brooke Hemingway's tip, which I thought was brilliant. She said, as you add ambassadors, if you aim for 3 or aim for 5, depending on where you want to end with the Consistency Club, get that ambassador on the phone, that potential who wants to sign up even if it's just for wholesale pricing. If at any point you can walk them through the process on the phone, do it, because it will give you the opportunity to ask, you know what? This is not a do-it-yourself journey. Most people who have success with products and restoring their health through our company do so with an accountability partner. Do you know anyone, close family, a close friend, who would want to join you as you start products? So basically you're asking them, do you know anybody who could join you and be your accountability partner on this journey? She said it has worked magically for her team, and obviously because she was the top contestant winner. And she said most of the time, 4 out of 5 of those people will say, yes, I do know someone. My sister has struggled with this. Or you know what? I think I'm going to ask my mom if she'll be my accountability partner. So it's all in the verbiage, asking them, hey, I'm starting these supplements. I would love for you to partner with me and keep me accountable. So not only have you added, say, 3, if they have all agreed to look for an accountability partner, you've just enrolled 3 more ambassadors under them, under each of those. So at that point, you've enrolled 6 ambassadors, 3 are just your personal. And that's where the duplication process begins. So you're doing this, you're teaching your team to do the same, so you're duplicating ambassadors much faster. Also, it's kind of a very non-threatening, simple way to ask if they know someone who could benefit from Plexus. I love a referral process. Something that I started probably at the first of the year is asking some of my customers for referrals. I have customers that have been with me for 3 years. If you're providing really good customer care, then it's very natural for you to have normal, consistent conversations with your customers. If they're loving the products, if they're having health victories on their products, if they're lifers on the products, I think it's very natural for you to ask for a referral. But more than that, you can say, do you know 3 or 4 people who could benefit from Plexus? Almost always they say yes. Then you can ask, I would love to contact them on your behalf. Can you give me a contact name, phone number, or email? So you're contacting that referral on their behalf, but this is where it becomes advantageous for the growth of your business. If you find that 1 or 2 of those are interested in the products, then you go back to that customer and say, you know what? Your sister, you're right. She's very interested in trying our products. She wants to order, but I don't want her to be my customer. I want her to be your customer because I want to honor that connection in that relationship. So I'm going to pay your $34.95 upgrade fee from customer to ambassador so we can then get your referrals enrolled under you. You don't have to work the business. You don't have to check in with them. I'm going to do that, but I want to honor that connection and that relationship and pay your upgrade fee, and then they can order through your website. I think it's a brilliant idea. It works well, especially if those that you have a really great relationship with. So you can ask new ambassadors if they would know someone who can be their accountability partner. You can ask existing customers for referrals and then honor that connection and upgrade them. And then obviously some ideas have already been mentioned where Rachel said you can convert your happy customers to ambassadors. And of course, we are always looking for business builders. But one thing I really want to emphasize is to be confident. Confidence and boldness most likely leads to closing the sale. If we seem hesitant, if we seem timid, then that naturally causes people to be hesitant and timid. So share with confidence, share with boldness about our products, about your personal story, and really about our opportunity. I also want to encourage you to don't stop working until August 31st. If you are serious about getting to Orlando, do not stop working. I've seen so many who get discouraged midway through because their points are not trending where they want them to, and so they start slowing down, only to get to August 31st, like Rachel said, and realize, oh my gracious, if I had just pushed a little harder, I was 20 points shy of the next prize. I also know some senior rubies and rubies that did not earn it last year. Again, it has nothing to do with your rank and everything to do with your personal, consistent business. So do not stop working until August 31st if you greatly desire to earn the trip, but also more importantly, if you desire to expand your business long term. So our main priority, don't forget, should always be someone's journey. We don't want to enroll a customer to flip them 2 weeks later to be an ambassador so we can get double credits in the same month. Okay? We don't want to be pushy or salesy for it to benefit us personally. So always be mindful of their personal journey first. That should always be priority. Be confident and bold in your sharing. Don't stop till August 31st if you're serious about winning. And then I want you to look beyond just earning. Do you think you could get to 900 credits? Set a goal for yourself that would make you, motivate you to really work hard and have faith and hope that you can do it. We get credits for customers, we get credits for ambassadors, and we get credits for PV. So I love that the contest is set up to reward us for the daily consistent activity we should be doing anyway in our business. And what a gift that it is right parallel with the amazing product releases. And something that is on my to-do list this week, I'm contacting all of my personal inactive ambassadors. All of my white lines, and I have a lot because I've been an ambassador for 3 years, because Plexus is allowing those that have been inactive for a certain amount of time to re-enroll with the welcome pack. So that would count towards ambassador enrollment, which would in turn give us leadership retreat credits. So I'm contacting them to let them know about the new products and what they are and how they've helped me. I've lost 5 pounds in a month, which is incredible because I had hit this baby weight plateau that had been so frustrating. So I'm starting to have a personal story with our new products. I want them to know that, and I want them to know what's available to them if they choose to go the wholesale route again. So look at within your own organization, where can you tap into what already exists in order to earn points for the contest? And of course, think of duplication. Duplication is where your business will grow and multiply the fastest. So whatever you're doing to earn points, you need to make sure you teach your teammates to earn points, because especially in the ambassador levels 1 through 4, you will earn as well. So that's a lot in a nutshell, but we're at the 32-minute mark and I want to honor your time. But I do want to open it up for questions. So if you have to hop off, feel free to do so. But if any of you have questions, feel free in the next 5 minutes to unmute yourself and just ask away. Anybody? Nobody? Well, good. I have some verbiage that I think would be helpful for y'all that I'm going to post on the page tomorrow. It's just some message examples that you can send to customers to possibly flip them to ambassadors. It's verbiage for asking for a referral from existing customers, because sometimes it's all in the wording. Sometimes we struggle with what to say and how to communicate that best. So I'm going to post that tomorrow so y'all can look for that and use that as you work towards building your personal business that will ultimately lead you to Orlando in October. And I'm excited. Like every year we've had a little more go, which is so incredible to me, because my first year I was there alone. I had just been an ambassador for, Kate actually joined me. She earned it at like the very last second. So the two of us went to Orlando, and then the next year in DC, there were like 8 or 9 of us. And then the next year in Dallas, there were 14 or 15 of us. So it's just so exciting to see how that gradual growth happens organically and your team starts joining you at these amazing events. It makes it way more fun. but I hope to see you there. And I'm excited. I hope to take our boys to Disney while we're there, if the timing works out with our family. And I'm just very, very thankful for a company that chooses to invest in their ambassadors. Any questions? Were y'all excited? Yeah.
Very excited. See you in Orlando.
I hope so.
I
mean,
have a question.
Incredible. I mean, there were, I think at one point, 23 on the call tonight. I mean, it would be incredible for all of us to see each other. And just, y'all, it's like, what, 5 months away? It's crazy.
Catherine, I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Would this be a good time to do a relaunch or a re-tasting type sip and see? How would you go about like wording that verbiage, that kind of